We're at Ephesus now.
Secret sign, codes, signage of the early Christians. As we said, they were executed because they were Christians. They had to find some sort of secret signage. Let's say if you see that fish sign in front. Okay, so in Troy we've talked about a bit of. Sorry, Anthony, not you this time. So this is the place that I had to organize a show, proper show for him. That's what the archaeologists have been doing so far. Where the decisions were made. Okay. It's still very tiny to be the main theater of the city. When you consider the population of Ephesus in its peak time, 250,000, we normally divide the population. That's what the archaeologists have been doing so far.
Big steps, aren't they? And there'd be little people, wouldn't they? Oh, isn't it amazing?
A lot more recent. Our Greek cousins, no offense on them, but as they lived earlier than the Romans, when they wanted to build something like this with seats, they always, I think it's not wrong to say always, they always got some help from the mother nature about the Greek culture and the Roman culture. Like democracy, yes, it comes from the Greek times, but then not everyone was allowed to vote. So it's this. Okay, so we have been talking about these column capitals. How do we call an Ionic column capital an Ionic or Corinthian? What is Corinthian? We have bulls or the ram's horns. They're signifying. Like look at the first one and the last one. On the sides they have nice 2 meters. The one on the left, which was built in the 2nd century AD, is on the front side of the skirt. She has a lot of animals. And around the chest she has a lot of breast kind of things. Here we have the Caudius, the medical sign, the snakes around the stick. On the way to Selçuk from Gallipoli, we drove past one of the most significant ancient cities in the ancient world called Pergamon. That's him, over here. Mercury, you may know him as the Roman paganism. You know, Mercury as a liquid metal doesn't really fit anywhere. He is known to be the cheeky god. That's why he was called Mercury. Or maybe that's why Mercury was named after him. Either or. But this is such a the stick with the wings. He actually stole it from Apollo, which I'll tell the story in a minute. He is the god of the travelers. He is the god of the thieves.
Yeah.
What a difference it comes from
At the Hippodrome area, even in the ancient times, it was such a big pressure on your shoulders. If you were a rich person or a parliament, everyone can come and drink some water and call their names, even though they have passed away. We still talk about them, thousands of years of history. But it wasn't just a basic fountain. Most of the time they always had so that statue was roughly about 10-12 meters tall.
Got all these bloody heavy rocks, granite rocks weighing tons up.
Fly. She's the only one that flies. That's Hercules. Yes, we just start walking the lower city. Or when I say lower city, more like a communal park. What would you say today if I tell you the word nymphomania? This place. So not necessarily for drinking water purposes, but if you build a fountain for decorative purposes, that's what we call it, an nymphaeum. The globe. But is he saying we rule the world? God of wine, God of theaters, God of extreme partying. That is, huh? The only difference is we don't have the dead bodies in the house here. So this is where rich people, we call them terrace houses, as they are built on terrace. This is where rich people lived in multiple story houses with almost everything they could need from the art. Even their front street is mosaics. This size building will be a Roman bath. One thing I don't like about any culture that doesn't give an her name is actually still a word you use in your languages, scholastic.
Oh.
Pool. We can go and have a look. Those pipes are still the original pipes, by the way. Bring in. There are two marble basins here. You put the hot water in the big tank, you put your sponge and the soap on the little one, off you wash yourself. Basin. Back is the thermal pool. So this gives you not much idea if I don't tell you anything, but once I tell you some stories it will make a bit more sense. So once you heat that water in a big tank, and you transfer it via those pipes. If you install those pipes, making a lot of zigzags under these, through these pillars, and then you put the marble flooring on the top, underground heating. That's how they used to heat the rooms. Plus, this time to the library.
Amo, che corbo con ma mi ha un giorno che bisogna di ma un gioco di un gioco
Okay, so what you are looking at was the same person we've been talking in Troy and Istanbul, Hadrian. He came to Ephesus twice, which was honoring a big city twice. As I said, not many towns had the privilege to host the emperors. Ephesus did it twice. So for that honorary visit, they built this big temple of Hadrian, as he was one of the godlike emperors too. So there are two arch. High five! High five! High five!
Oh, and there's a white one. Oh, they're gorgeous.
Yalnız kaçıyor.
Kedi de poz veriyor. Şimdi